An action cam for only 99 bucks. I can take this with me vlogging. I can take this with me hiking, fishing, if I did that stuff. Hey, maybe you do that stuff. So I want to talk to you about the Akaso V50X action camera for only 100 bucks. But first, I'm gonna need that intro, baby.
Yeah, kick it both feet though. Yeah, I got veto. Yeah, blood like C4. Yeah, good love, sweet love. Yeah, cape like hero. Yeah, double M zeros. Yeah, double M zeros. Yeah.
Hey, welcome back, all my awesome creative peeps. Neil here. And today I wanted to talk about this little guy here, which is the Akaso V50X Action Sports Cam. It's a nice little camera for 100 bucks. Would be a nice camera for like if you're doing behind the scenes or if you're planning on doing any action with it, like hiking, camping, fishing, swimming. Also for vlogging. You can use a little tripod like this because it does have a thread on the bottom to use that for holding this up in a vlog orientation style on any sort of mount that you may have. So let's talk about it. It does come with a lot of accessories, which I'm not going to unbox. It comes with like 10 different mounts or whatnot that you can mount on the bottom of this. It also comes with a waterproof case, so you can use this case with this camera up until 30 meters in drive mode, which I assume, because I haven't tried that out yet, that's the mode where the camera knows it is going into water or it prepares itself to do so. I'm not sure, but essentially you just pop that in there, close the door on the back, and then pull down the latch, and there you go. Now it has a little mount on it already, so if you wanted to basically mount it on something or one of the accessories that it comes with, it does have that, and it is removable with the little screw here, so you have different mounting options that you can do. So it is water resistant, so they say, up until 30 meters, which is, you know, quite a good bit of distance. And again, it comes with a lot of different mounting options. So let's talk about build quality. On the back, it does have a little 2-inch touchscreen, which I'll show you guys in some B-roll what that looks like. And on the bottom, it has 2 batteries here. And the cool thing about this, it does come with 2 batteries. If I can get the door open. It comes with 2 batteries here. Little 1350 milliamp batteries. So you get 2 of those with a charger, and it's a dual battery charger. So that's pretty nice. That way, in case you run out of battery, you got one for backup. As far as connectivity, you have a micro USB here on the side, and then you have a normal, mini USB, and then a micro USB. So the mini USB, what you can do, which I highly recommend, because you'll see in the video that I'm going to show you later of the footage from this camera, with the micro USB, you can get a lapel mic that they make for this camera. Yes, you will be tethered, especially if you're vlogging, but it does have a nice length to the cord that converts over to a lapel mic. So that's where you would plug that in there. And then the normal size micro USB, you can go straight from here and read the footage off of the camera via a micro SD card. So it takes one of these little guys here, not your normal SD card, it does take a micro. But, you know, the cool thing is you can have a micro USB adapter and then just pop that in there to a normal size, SD card, and then just pop that in your computer. Or, for instance, if you need an adapter, you can pop that in to something, like an adapter for normal size SD cards. So that's pretty cool because those micro SD cards are pretty cheap and you probably already have some laying around. And on the other side, you have your volume rockers up and down, and you have your speaker for playback if you wanted to listen to whatever you were doing. Up top is the microphone, as well as the record button, and then a little LED indicator letting you know that you're recording. On the front, obviously, you have the camera lens, as well as the mode and power button, which are the same button. You'll hold that down for 2 to 3 seconds to cut the camera on and off, and then you'll tap once to cycle through the different things that you can do as far as modes, resolution, frame rates, auto white balance, auto color balance. It also has electronic image stabilization, so you'll see that in the clips as well that I play for you here shortly. But all in all, for 100 bucks, I think it's a nice little camera, kind of durable. I wouldn't feel bad about dropping it at all. But the front lens element does not screw off like some of the other action cams. So if you do scratch that up or something, you're gonna have to live with that because you cannot replace it. But I really like it. For $100, I wanted to give it a shot. I wanted to try it out and see, you know, what kind of quality that it could give. It records in multiple resolutions: 720, 1080, 2K, 2.7K, as well as 4K. So it also does 20 megapixel still shots as well. It does have a time-lapse mode. It does have a night mode and all kind of different modes you can play with. Now, I haven't had a chance to really, you know, play with this little camera too much. I basically just took it right out of the box. I didn't do any sort of firmware updates or anything like that. So if you want to see a second video on this, just let me know in the comment section below. But I'm pretty impressed with the frame rates that are available. 4K 30 in 2.7K and 2K, it has up to 60 frames per second. It also has in 1080 like 60, 120, 90, all those good little slow frame rates. So if you wanted to capture some slow motion, you could definitely do that with this camera. Now, the back of the screen is not the brightest, it's not the best screen, it's not any like IPS display or anything like that, but it is legible and you can see what you're doing even in fairly bright conditions. So I'll let you see the back of the screen as some B-roll here in just a second before we actually get onto the footage. So the footage that you're about to see, I shot in 4K and also 2.7K, 2K, and 1080 as well. All those in 30 frames per second. And then I shot in 1080, 60 frames per second. So I'll slow that footage down a little bit to let you see what that looks like. But I do like the little camera. I mean, it's not, you know, your big, expensive action cameras, but again, this channel is about reviewing budget alternatives to all that expensive gear that you may have to use for your photography or your videography workflows. So let's get into that footage now, and I'll show you what that looks like in a vlogging aspect. All right, this is a test of the Akaso V50X. Just using it on a little mini tripod. Oh, let me extend this one out. There we go. Just in my backyard here. This is the Akaso V50X. I've currently got it in 4K 30 frames per second using the internal built-in microphone and auto white balance on, auto color mode on, all that stuff. Stabilizer is on, so not sure. I'm just walking. I got my arm out. Not sure how shaky the footage is. I don't have the most exact steady hands, so we'll see how I do. We'll see how the footage looks. We'll see how it do. Not sure if there's much of a quality difference. I'm sure there is. So you guys tell me. I'll be able to see it when I go to edit it. But yeah, take a look at the sky here. See what kind of little dynamic range we may or may not have. But yeah, just in the backyard, vlogging. I wonder if it's good for vlogging. You know, I wonder if it's a wide enough angle. Not sure. I can't see. It doesn't have a built-in front screen, so it does have a screen on the back, so you can't see yourself, you know, when you're vlogging from the front. This camera does 720, 1080, different frame rates, 4K. So the camera also does 2.7K, 30 and 60. It does 1080 and 90 frames per second, 60 frames per second, and 30 frames per second. Currently I'm in 2.7K. See what that looks like. Hey baby. Oh, hey girl. So, let's see. So yeah, this is 2.7K in 30 frames per second. So this is 1080 60. So you can get some slow-mo footage out of this. It's probably playing in real time right now, but I'll slow it down in post to show you this clip at normal speed, and then show you a clip in basically slowed down speed. It also does 60p in 2K. So you got 720, which I don't know why you want to use 720, 1080, 2K, 2.7K, and 4K. So we just did the 4K, the 1080, the 2.7. This is 1080 60. We did 1080 30. So do a quick test with the 2K. See what that looks like. Probably a very nominal difference between all of the different, resolutions. So currently this is 2K30. So we went through all the resolutions at 30 frames per second. I don't know why it doesn't do 24 frames per second. That would be nice. I prefer 24 frames a second. But yeah. So not sure if you can tell any difference. This video is in 4K, so I want to keep the resolutions the same all the way across the board, hopefully. But even with compression on YouTube, you may or not. Even with compression on YouTube, you may or may not be able to tell the difference. So, yep, there you go. Let's walk out here a little bit, where it's not so much trees. So we're walking, and auto white balance is on, auto color is on, as well as stabilization. Yeah, so all of that's on. So, yeah. I don't know until I see it. But I'm thinking it's pretty good. I bought this camera because I've seen another creator use this camera to vlog and as a budget alternative to say like the GoPro or an Osmo Action. It's only 99 bucks. I figured, what the heck. So let's go back inside to the computer and see what we got. Alright everyone, so what did you think of the footage? Did you think it's decent? And just keep in mind, this footage was straight out of camera. I didn't do any sort of editing or color grading or color correction or anything. I just wanted to show off what the camera could do right out of the box. And to me, it looks like decent footage. It's decent and usable. Sorry for the timestamp that was up there. I forgot to turn that off before I started recording the footage. But to me, it's a good little camera. For 100 bucks, you can't beat it. And this, again, is the Akaso V50X. Now, they do have an Elite Edition, which does up to 4K 60. It does have a better screen on it, and it is a bit more waterproof and resistant to about, I think, 60 or 90 meters. I'm not quite sure. But I wanted to get the budget option and try it out. So, my opinion is it's a good little camera if you're just starting off doing the action cam stuff and everything. But absolutely, if you're using this for vlogging, make sure you get that $10 microphone that connects here. It is a lapel mic, so you will be tethered to it. But if you're using it for vlogging, then it's going to be way better than the microphone that you heard internally. That sounds very muffled, like you're underwater, or if you have your face covered. So it's only 10 bucks. I will leave the link to this camera and the microphone in the description. It is an Amazon affiliate link, and I would appreciate it if you're going to get the camera to use that link. And it helps me to keep creating videos like this and getting budget gear in to review and show off to you all. So let me know if you're thinking about getting one. Also leave that down in the comments below, or if you so happen to already have this camera and what you think about it. And in my opinion, all in all, I think it's pretty decent. I like it, and I'm probably going to use it for some things. I don't know. I don't do a lot of action, of course. Look at me. So anyways, may use it for vlogging or like a BTS type scenario. So let me know your thoughts on it in the comments. I would genuinely like to know. So that's it really for today's video. I do appreciate you coming back to the channel, checking out the content. If you found this helpful and you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing and giving this video a thumbs up. It goes a long way for the channel. And more than anything, I greatly appreciate you checking out the content. So until the next video, hasta la wig.
So baby girl, hey girl, she gotta do it with a purpose. Am I down about him every man? I heard that she a virgin. Sheesh. And I've been in the gym all week. Heavy bars, that's how I'ma drop the gems y'all need. I've been working on his body for the beach all winter. Yoga and Pilates, watch me keep my figure snap back.